Good morning, universe. This, wait, is it still morning? It's gotta be. 11, yeah, it's 11:16. I'm usually not that far off with the time. Well, it is 10 seconds from being 11:16. So technically it's 11:15 here on the 19th of February in the year 2022 per the calendar of, I don't even know, Toyota. And while I doubt the continuity we are given as a baseline for our current calendar, I don't doubt its functionality. It seems to work across the world. There's never been a hiccup where days got confused by different sections of planet Earth while I've been alive. So even if the entire circumstance of the calendar can't be verified, its structural integrity is undeniable. And so I don't doubt that we will stay with the system that we have going forward. I don't in any capacity. In the city I would call Keppa, I do not think I would sit at a coffee table and ponder whether or not I should try to convince society to go to a 5-day week. Of course not. That's stupid. So instead of looking for structural arenas in which the questions I ask, ponder, and most of the time come up answerless with, that I leave those doubts for the whimsical daydreams of nobody coming to the counter at work. Because obviously we're filled with doubt. I doubt whether or not my dog can go through the weekend with as much dry dog food as I have. Hang on, I have to cough. God damn, Shazam. I don't know what happened overnight, but the air is just dry today. I've been coughing all morning and drinking chocolate milk and doing everything I know to offset it, and nothing's working. So I will do my best to hit that pause button if I feel a coughing fit is coming. Maybe I'm getting the COVID. Nope. Not going to belittle that. So, excuse my raspiness. But back to doubt. And I've spent most of the morning thinking about the concept of being uncertain, filled with doubt, unsure. Because I wish I had even a shred of doubt that I'm wrong about the incident that took place in the Constitution State. When you get right down to it, I trust the direction that people with good intention are headed. Always. If your intentions are good and you're pushing forward, you're pushing in a direction that's good for all of us. Now, you may not always hit home runs, and you may not even always hit singles. I'm using a baseball analogy for anybody who is sports deficient. The point is, doing what you can to work in the betterment of yourself and society and those around you will always lead to good outcomes, even if there are hiccups along the way. And I don't doubt this at all. This is truth. So when you show me a scenario in which there are two teams playing, and one team is filled with the earnest, good-natured honesty of pursuing a better world of truth and exposure, and the other team they oppose is filled with darkness, denial, schadenfreude, question marks, unanswered. Well, I know which team I'm on. It's simple. In fact, in those scenarios, in my lifetime, I have never seen it vet out that Team A isn't the right side to be on. It always has been, and it will always be. So, when Team B, however, becomes so powerful, such a dominant force in the league, that they are literally stealing every talented player, they are writing every rule in their favor. They have taken what was once a fair schedule and tilted it completely in their direction. When they have done everything they can to make sure that the game always falls their way, well, you need to see that that's not a state of natural being in the universe. It may be fun to be on that team because you feel like all you do is win, 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 win. But ask yourself, is that the natural state of being in the universe? That you constantly win, especially in a landscape where you can clearly see defined losers. Do you doubt that you're on the right team? Well, I don't. I don't brag about the uncertainty that comes with living with a bank account that literally never gets over $1,000. It's a tough place to be, but it's a very real place to be. It keeps me from being tempted by a lot of things that I think the society is built to tempt us with. Capitalism is a driving force toward goals that all, in some element, retain a hollow center. They can be glitzy, glossy, and frankly fun as hell, but they only sustain so much of the real foundational, meaningful components of life that let you wake up smiling. I woke up smiling today, and I had kind of a chaotic end of the day yesterday. If any day is going to put you to sleep with some consternation in your face, it's those days that leave, I don't know, unsettled activities still to be resolved in future episodes of this TV show I star in. Whatever it is, even days that are discombobulated no longer send me to bed stressed, because I'm always putting everything that's really me into the situation. Discombobulation is part of the universe, so what? If that keeps you up at night, well then that means there's something underlying that lets that become stressful. Other things are out of balance. Because discombobulation's just, a little slip on the ice. Whoops. Most of the time you catch yourself. Once at a time it causes the day to go catastrophically wrong. But so what, right? Life is life. So, how did I get to a point where I live with no doubt? Well, I don't live with no doubt. I am uncertain about the effectiveness of our administrative and professional and medical response to this pandemic, as it's been labeled. It's, in my opinion, been at best mismanaged, and at worst completely and totally wrongly handled from the get-go. And it's disheartening to me, because these are the kinds of things that we've been getting warned about in everything from media to video games to literature to movies to news. I mean, the concept of an impending pandemic references back to the Spanish flu of 1917. I mean, how many tropes in the world of potential humanity-wide disasters do we need before we start taking the ones that can happen seriously? And then one happens, and how did we react? Like clowns at a three-ring circus. Look over here. Wait, don't look over there. Now talk to me in the center, where I'm going to show you the scar where 65 medical Professionals are going to come out and give you different opinions. Sweet. Well, there's some doubt. I doubt whether or not my friend Lily is okay because I haven't heard from her in now 6 weeks, and 6 weeks is a chunk of time that goes longer than the 30-day legal incarceration we can hold somebody in this country when they've done nothing but shown themselves to be potentially disturbances. Well, once you've gone past that time frame, then that means they've got something they can hold you for. So whatever got her taken away this time, well, hopefully it's something minor. Because the last time this happened to her, she was accused of vehicular eluding, which is essentially running away from the police because she wasn't aware of what was happening in the situation, or I don't know. But that's a felony, and stuff like that starts to stack up to where they can put you away for good. And so whenever 6 weeks tick by and I haven't heard from her, I start to wonder if somebody's got her in a position where they'll hold her for good. And of course, there's that little bit of doubt that says, has life finally gotten too hard for Lily to endure? Did she finally do something stupid like walk across I-25? And I only say this because she has walked into traffic before and gotten hurt. So these are very real things that people put up with. So when you don't have a way to support them because the world's too hard for them to maintain some sort of structure that they're even reachable, well, that fills you with doubt. The kind of doubt you can't let go of. It's always there. Oop, doubt I have to cough, but unpause. Turns out I did. And I was thinking about like doubting somebody and mistrusting them, right? They're very similar. But, or how about having lost faith in somebody, right? They're all very similar. But if you mistrust somebody, it's not that you don't think they're capable of it. You think they're, in whatever facet, tweaked wrongly enough to fuck it up, or to do the wrong thing, or to not come through, or to fail. You mistrust them because they have proven before that when you thought they could achieve something on which you didn't have doubt, they failed, so now you mistrust them. Doubting somebody is just doubting they can actually do it. I doubt I can make 5 straight 3-pointers from behind the NBA 3-point line, and everyone listening should doubt that too. But you don't mistrust me making those because you just don't believe I have the ability to do it. Rightly so, by the way. If I ever did it, it would be nothing but sheer luck. Sorry, that one came out of nowhere. And that doesn't mean I can't pull it off, but you would never trust me to do it. So you don't mistrust me to do it because you doubt I can even do it. And in all of these little nuanced ebbs and flows that half of you couldn't give two shits about, which is great. Don't even worry about that. Who gives a shit? But what I am so hardened with lately is that what I doubt the most are the things that I've been told work a way that now it's starting to crumble. I don't want to live in a world where I'm convinced that I'm right about the Constitution state event. I don't want to be a part of that. I want the other world. And I don't want either, but I'll take the world where a kid gets so twisted in his head that he does something atrocious. Because the other world is full of people who think they're smarter than you, they're better than you, they deserve more advantage than you, they know how things should go for you better than you do. And not only are there a few of them, there are a cadre of them, coordinated, working together. please give me just one twisted kid compared to that. And I know that's why a lot of you don't want to even wrap your arms around it. Because this means, yes, that the authorities are in on it, the media is in on it. It's a ball of wax that all you want to do is see melt away and be proven wrong about. Right, Mr. Halbig? Yes. Prove me wrong so I can put myself in a mental institution. I couldn't agree with him more. Because I want to be crazy in this world. Because this world is crazy. Of this I have no doubt. So here I sit, responsible for having created all of this gaslighting, schadenfreude, and mistrust. This is how I treated people. Dismissed them, abused them, overlooked them, condemned them to a reality that wasn't structurally there. Like we're all being condemned to here. Do you doubt that? Do you? Because somewhere inside your soul, you know you just rang the bell of he's right. So what are we going to do about it? How can we get back to a world filled with optimistic trust and hope instead of dismissive doubt and mistrust? Well, think about this. In your lifetime, what has gotten better? Other than, say, technological advances that I believe we can almost 100% ascribe to military advancement or university innovation, scientific inquiry that goes in a direction that becomes productive across societal levers, the internet, cellular phones, GPS coordination, mass communication and distribution of communication. All of these things are wonderful advances. But what else has gotten better? Are you more safe? More secure? Have they given you a more beautiful city or rural landscape in which to live? Do you feel you have better opportunities, better medical care? Do you feel like your dollar goes further? Do you feel like you have a more content and peaceful inner life than you used to, than you were hoping to have? Where are your expectations being exceeded? Where do you think, wow, is the world really getting better that way? Oh my gosh, do I feel glad I'm a part of this? Wow, am I glad I'm alive to see this happening, the beautification of this. Well, I don't have a lot of that. I have some personally, but do I have some systemically? Is education getting better? Are services getting better? Are the roads getting better? Are the bridges getting better? Are the parks becoming more beautiful? Are the jogging paths more abundant? Are the community centers more fun to congregate in? Where is life getting better? Well, one by one, I keep improving my little space around me, but, it's a big place out there. And I feel like if I'm going to play on this team that's just trying to do the right thing and make the world a better place, well, I don't want to have to fight every other systemic entity to get that done. And the one thing I know that I have over all the historical paradigm in which we landed is you. You and I and everybody else together, can make this world whatever we want. We don't have to live with disappointment. We don't have to live with doubt. We don't have to live with mistrust. We don't have to live with any of it. We have allowed ourselves to fall into these uncertainties. We have allowed ourselves to be okay with these discombobulations. Why? This isn't just why isn't it Super Bowl Sunday mood every day. This is why are we allowing corrosive and disharmonic existence to permeate everything. Where is life getting better? I do not doubt that you want this answer to be everywhere, just like I do. I don't doubt that for a second. So how are we all going to come together and overcome the systemic malaise that we've just allowed to creep in? Do you have ideas? Do you think of ways that you can change it for the better? Do you wake up smiling every day? Go to sleep with the peaceful contentment of knowing the day never got you out of who you really are? Well, to me, that's one place we could start. If we all could do that, then how much doubt would there be left in the world?